how do you make that difference to kind of pull the points?
Yeah, I think first of all you have the tactical choices you make, but I think also it's mental. Like often you see when it's tough first sets and you get juice and once one player gets more confidence, I think he takes the advantage afterwards.
Okay, I'm going to pass the mic over to you for the rest of the match. So just, talk us through what you see, if there's anything that stands out to you, and I'll be back with you at the end.
Thank you. So Connor being very aggressive with the forehand right now. Looks like both players are searching a little bit the right tactic, finding each other's game. Nice defending. Felix being very aggressive right now, pushing Connor back. I think this will be the key of the match. Who takes the initiative will dominate the rallies, makes most of the points. Also, Connor looking for the short game to neutralize, try to take the initiative afterwards. Seems to be working fine for him. Good return. Felix is looking for other solutions, trying to get Connor out of the short game, but Connor has a good response at the moment. Let's see what happens. Nice aggressive play by Felix. Like I said, the player who has the initiative often tends to win the point in this match.
When you say takes the initiative, is that just the person who gets the first attack
Who attacks first, yeah. Felix trying to put more variation in the serves, try to serve a little bit longer. Get Connor out of his rhythm. They can feel safe on the return on the short ball. Nice play by Felix. Good backhand. Follow through. Wide forehand. Especially as a left-hander, this can make wider angles against the right-handed player. Good serve by Connor. Connor,
ambitious.
yes, a little bit wild also. I think when you're leading 9-7, you can try, of course. Felix making lots of points with his backhand. Connor struggling a little bit with this. He needs to find his rhythm and yeah. Nice play by Felix.
Might be a little bit of nerves as well.
A
Connor
little bit of
seems to
nerves,
be a bit
yeah.
tense. He's
Yeah.
just kind of going for things that aren't there at the moment.
Especially the first set. It's, like I said, it's often like this. Yeah. Felix being very aggressive on the body with the return serve, with return. Interesting. You can really see he has nothing to lose and he plays his shots. And
Someone might correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is Felix's first time in the final for under 21. Connor's been here a few times before he had his win. He's been in the semi-finals, finals a couple of times, coming up against some really strong players. You know, it is in this age category, like you said, it can really be whoever's day it is. You know, they come across each other all the time at tournaments, and it can go one way or it can go the other, and it's quite varied who wins, who comes out on top at the end. They meet each other at the same tournaments all the time. I think Felix last year, I just remember him playing in the mixed doubles with Mari Baldwin, and I think they were quite a tough pairing to beat last time. I believe they got to the semis, quarters semis. Sorry, I don't. You've only just joined.
Here, yeah. I wasn't here.
I need someone to nod at me and be like, yes, that's right. Both players returning to the table now. Umpire calls time. The umpires today are Ollie Ingram, who's umpiring, and his assistant. He's got very straight hand gestures, as Ollie. he's gone to the Sheila Walsh school of gestures. I'll hand you back to Carlo.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Looks like Connor is serving a little bit more middle of the table now. Trying to, well, in the first set he was looking for short forehand, long backhand. Well, being more aggressive. But nice recovery by Felix and great rallies we are seeing here. Maybe the ball might be broken because he touched it with the edge of the racket.
See if he's happy with that. Sometimes it is. I find that some players can use it as a bit of a tactic to also slow down the game a little bit, to get a new ball on, knock up with it for a little bit, reset the pace.
It can be a tactic, yeah, but I think the ball was really
I
broken.
think the ball was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he did hit it with the edge of his bat, to be fair, so it's very likely. I find the ones that are during the British League where they go through 5 or 6 balls, where you're like, there's definitely a round one in there somewhere. You need to calm down slightly.
Very nice play by Felix, very aggressive. You can feel that he has a lot of confidence at the moment, and he's really going for his shots and not thinking too much, and pays off at the moment. A little bit lucky by Connor. It was a smart choice to play down the line.
You can see him trying to control it a bit more every now and then. You know, he's blocking a bit on his forehand before and things like that. I wonder if he's just trying to get him out of place a bit.
Sometimes he tries to go down the line, but slows down the ball afterwards and lets Felix take the initiative after again.
It's quite unusual his serve to hold the back.
Yeah.
So far.
And the service, you see when the quality of the service is a little bit lower, the ball is out. You give the initiative to Connor. This didn't happen so often in the first set. So Connor looking for a wide forehand, working well. I have the impression he's finding his rhythm a little bit better now. Increasing the quality of his serve. Very nice.
He's definitely letting the game be less dictated by Felix
Yeah.
in this one. I
Yeah.
think in the first match. Again, maybe because of Ner's first match, on trying to
Maybe,
figure out
and
his
I think-
game, but
And I think Felix had a lot of confidence coming from, and he was playing very risky, and a lot of shots worked. But
that's
yeah, I think Connor is finding his rhythm and finding his shots, being more aggressive.
this is a completely different game. The lead that Connor's now been
Yeah.
able to get. Much more aggressive, much more getting his shots in. He just needs to make sure he doesn't go for silly ones.
Yeah. But I think Connor is a player who is quite focused and serious, so he deals with these situations quite good. He can manage his game.
Have you got any tips for maybe younger players coming up through this level? That a lot of younger players find it difficult to keep their cool when they're losing, especially when they're in the cadets and things like that. Have you got any tips for what they should be thinking about when they're losing a couple of points or a couple of points down?
I always say see every point separate, like a separate match, and try to play every point, not looking at the scores. Just go for your shots. See every match as every point as a different match, and yeah. At the end of the match,
Sorry, that was the weirdest point. I'm going to play that back. What happened there? That was quite odd.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just thought.
I think Connor didn't expect the ball to come back and what he made.
He's taking that game now.
Yeah, 11-4. You can see a big difference with the first set. Finding his rhythm, finding his shots, increasing the quality a little bit.
What do you think the coaches are telling them now at this point?
I think Connor. I think Connor's coach is telling him to continue on this way. Try to be aggressive, variation in the shots. I would tell him to stay a little bit out of the racket, like try to play middle more or down the line a little bit more. But yeah, just continue playing his game like he's doing the last set, I think.
Drop off the mat.
Yeah. Connor's struggling a little bit again to control the serve. From a left-hander, it's not easy to control his.
Yeah, you do have to remind yourself that you're playing a lefty
Yeah.
sometimes, and not just play them as though you play one else. You have to remember that your shot placement should be a bit reversed. You know, if you're trying to do that short serve into the forehand and move them around a little bit, you've got to remember not to put it into their backhand.
Yeah,
Mistake. Oh dear. It was a lovely action. The shot was beautiful. It just the ball was just nowhere near it.
Yeah. Felix keeps going into short forehand with Connor. Connor is not coming with the backhand flick also. So he's trying to neutralize and struggling a little bit to get control of the serve. Good variation by Felix. When you see this, of course, you put some variation in the length and the depth of the ball.
I don't think Connor really read that, did he?
I think he stepped forward a little bit too soon. But he's taking 5-1 lead. So. Again, he goes down the line, deep forehand. I think in the first set he was playing to the backhand a lot. This was good serve variation.
That was a bit of what you said as well. He was just slightly out of place. It was more into his body, into the midpoint.
Let's see if he goes for the short serve. I think Connor could have opened this ball with his backhand instead of pushing. Gave the initiative to Felix and let him dominate the rally.
Right
Easy
idea.
miss. Yeah. The idea was good.
Yeah.
Long serve to the backhand. But lots of unforced errors by Connor in this set, I think.
Game of ends.
Yeah.
Game of sides. When he switches over, he might get the advantage again.
I think there Connor was a little bit too far from the table to dominate really the rally. It was a nice shot. So he's looking for deep forehand, wide forehand, and it works at the moment. It's the first time he came with the flick with the backhand. Now he misses, so
maybe not as confident with that shot
yeah.
as
The problem is if you never do it and suddenly you try to do it, it's not easy. Trying to change serve with the backhand now. Often when you have no other options, it's a good solution to change it.
Let them have to figure something out
Yeah.
again.
Good rally. Good anticipation from Felix also because really good shots Connor played. This is an important point. 10-7 or 9-8. Again he goes with the flick. I think Connor feels he needs to do something on the serve. to put pressure on Felix, because he has a hard to control the serve, to control the rotation on the ball. This was good.
Setting against Felix. Putting Connor a bit on the back foot, but I felt that he did know what he had to do there. You could see him trying different things, trying to get the edge. It wasn't that you could see him thinking.
Yeah,
in a way,
I think
you could see him trying something different.
I think the set started bad for him with a lot of unforced errors and easy balls missed, and I think this makes a big difference in the end.
Felix playing very well as well, though.
Yeah,
he's doing all of the right things. He's very confident.
He's very confident, playing very aggressive, and when Connor takes the initiative, he's anticipating really well. And,
He's not playing to Connor's game at all. He's kind of dictating the pace of the matches.
Yeah.
He's putting pressure on him with his serves as well as, Connor's struggling to return his serves, and if they are returned, it's giving him exactly what he needs to open up and get the rally into attack mode. So, yeah, he definitely knows what he needs to do, and it's more about Connor kind of adapting to that and trying to turn it around now so that he can play his game like he did in the second set, where he managed to bring it back.
You can see Connor trying to stay a little bit closer to the table, playing a little bit more aggressive. I believe once Connor can get the game in the short game, he's a bit better, but in the rallies, Felix is doing really good. So
That's what the flick was meant to do.
Yes, and I think it's what he needs to do if he wants to get some variation between flick, short game.
Talking about the short game for people who might not be as familiar with it. What do you mean by short game?
When you try to touch the ball, put it short over the net.
Control.
To neutralize and avoiding your opponent to take the initiative. So again, down the line. I think he took a great start here, Connor.
He started confidently.
Yeah.
I think Connor's one of those players where a couple of points ahead really does fuel him to keep going. I think he thrives when he's doing really well. Nice. I think Connor's determined to take this to 5, it looks like.
Looks like that. Coming with the backhand 2 times on the return again, putting pressure on Felix, avoiding him to play his game, to be aggressive. Again. As you saw when Felix was serving with no spin or top spin, the first sets Connor was often trying to push, neutralize it. And now he's really coming more aggressive.
Oh.
Again.
Off the net. At least Felix is on the board now.
Yeah.
Don't think Connor was going to give him one.
Felix already thinks about the next set at this moment.
Yeah, he's
You can see
he's trying to get to the next game.
yeah.
You can come back from anything in this game, though. I think you've just got to keep on going for every point, because even if you might not win the game, you could still figure something out. You could still discover a
that's
tactic.
what I always say to players.
Exactly.
You try the backhand serve, try another return. You can always find a new solution. Maybe it will help you in the next set to win more points.
Also, I think sometimes without the pressure of winning, you can end up playing quite well. You can end up playing better sometimes when you're almost like the possibility's been eliminated in your brain, because you're not thinking about the end point, you're just thinking about, like you said, each point as a means into itself. I think Connor enjoyed that.
Yeah. The third match, Felix plays in 5 sets in the main draw.
Mm-hmm.
2 previous rounds he also played 5 sets. It could give him also confidence, winning 2 times in the 5th. Maybe fatigue will play also a little bit.
Yeah, because sometimes at this point it can come down to the player's,
fitness
and mental. Yeah, physical and mental.
Yeah, the mental is often like
a big part.
The physical has an influence on the mental. If you're fresh physically, Connor making a good start here. Very nice. Good opening. Great follow-up. I think Connor has found his game in the last 2 sets.
It took him long enough.
Yeah, but it's not always easy because you play under pressure. The people expect you to win, so it's not.
Yeah. It's not. He'll probably be thinking that. Be like, finally, I'm playing alright.
Connor going back when he plays the first ball into the backhand, and it's easier for Felix to block it. As you see, if you play down the line, down the middle, you get more chance of winning points. Let's see. Felix knows Connor will come with the backhand flick, so he tries to put a little bit more length into the serve sometimes.
Half long.
The half long or the long. Or play it like a little bit wider to the forehand, and it's harder for Connor to come with the backhand flick.
I've taken a second to towel down.
Still no timeouts in this match.
Not yet. I wonder if it starts getting tight at the end, if that's when all the timeouts are going to come.
There wasn't really a moment in the match where they really had a chance to take on. But I think if Felix loses the point now, it could be the moment to do it. Because he has 2 serves after. Felix didn't expect the long serve, pushed back, and gave Connor the initiative.
Change lines now.
out. Nice play by Connor, who's finding his backhand.
Just as you predicted.
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit in the first few sets, but he's finding his rhythm, his confidence.
Confidence massively. You can tell the difference in his.
Yeah.
You know, even just his shoulders. Like he's more relaxed. He's playing more instead of being in his head a bit too much as maybe he was in the first couple of matches. It's Lester, the assistant umpire, who's just put the timeout machine on the table. Very experienced umpire, so he'll be assisting Ollie for this final. Nice to see that they've given the final to one of the younger umpires, although Ollie's done his fair amount of getting fairly experienced himself. He's also umpired in Rio at the schools, the World Schools Gymnasiad, where quite a few of the GB Youth squad went for. It's quite a fun experience. He did quite well. I believe he got bronze.
Yes.
Back to the match.
And again, Connor starting with a good opening with backhand. Follow through. Felix doesn't find a solution right now to his aggressive play. Good serve. Connor putting a little bit more variation in his serves. Variation between backspin, topspin, nose spin. Felix struggling to see the rotation on the ball. Being a little bit too kind in the receive. Enabling Connor to be aggressive. Very nice.
I think Connor's started playing more confidently. Felix hasn't adapted to what Connor's doing now. He's playing him as if it's still set one, set two. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Yeah, it was a tricky match, tricky day, and yeah, I mean, I was getting quite nervous there in the fifth, but happy to get through it in the end.